Hey guys, welcome back to Intuitive Angling, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel today to check the video out. And a lot of you guys that have been watching my channel over the past year, you know that I have been talking a bunch about the increased amount of fishing pressure and recreational pressure and use that our lakes have gotten across the country. And I want to explain to you guys the correlation between that and COVID that is still hanging on today, and how it has damaged a lot of our fisheries across the country. So we're going to get into that, and I definitely look forward to hearing your guys' comments coming back on that as well here. Also, guys, a couple quick reminders before we get started. We've got 1 week left in the big solar bat sale on my signature series RB2s and 3s right now. Solar Bat has got a sale where they got 50% off on my glasses right now through the end of July as part of our country's 250th anniversary. I'll have the Solar Bat link in the description here. If you'd like to get a pair, use the promo code RandyB for free shipping and handling. Optical clarity, second to none on these. You got 3 different frame styles here, so just check them out on the Solar Bat link in the description of the video there. And also, guys, quick reminder, anybody interested in booking a private one-on-one on the water lesson with me, all you have to do is go to my Facebook page, Intuitive Angling with Randy Blaukat, and shoot me a private message for details, so appreciate that. Okay, guys, there's nobody that has harped on the fact that our lakes are getting just covered up with pressure on, not just fishing pressure, but use pressure in general, recreational pressure, all that type of stuff. Over the past couple years, I have brought it to the forefront constantly, and I want to really talk a little bit about, the impact that COVID has had on that is far-ranging. A lot of people don't really understand. Maybe some things we can do with it. Now, I remember when we first had the COVID lockdown, I remember going to the lake. This was it was a couple weeks after the lockdown there. I went down to Table Rock Lake on a Tuesday. I got down there at probably, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. And as I was getting close to the ramp down there, I started noticing trailers and boats parked off the side of the road. And it's like, what the heck? I had never seen that on the busiest April that there is. And I get down there, guys, and the ramp was completely full, and there were people parking along the road everywhere to launch. Now, this was Tuesday down there. I have never seen anything like that. And guys, not to that extent, but basically it has not abated. I talk all the time about going to Stockton Lake or Table Rock during the middle of the week now, even on crappy days like January, February, and the ramp is full during the week. And it was never, ever like that. It was always before. It's like, yeah, on the weekend, lakes would be busy a little bit. But now, the new norm that we have now is our ramps have more boats and trailers on them during the week at any given day on the week than they used to on the weekend. And I think that's a direct, result of COVID. I think that more people, when we had the COVID lockdown, they started fishing, they got into fishing, and they stayed into fishing. And it has had a really negative impact on our lakes and fisheries across the country. I want to get into that here. First of all, I don't think that the conservation departments and the fisheries managers across the country, I've always been critical of them, about them dragging their feet on this live scope and all type of stuff. I don't think that they have factored in the impact that COVID has had on our fisheries. I don't. I think that they've dropped the ball on this as far as managing the lakes and the creel limits and whatever they can do to have some type of an impact on it. They just sort of let it go. And as a result, you've seen a decline in our fisheries since post-COVID. There's no doubt in my mind. I have seen it. Everybody's seen it. The impact that COVID has had on our fisheries as far as increasing the amount of fishing pressure is undeniable. And that's the bigger picture we need to get into here about overuse on our lakes. Now, this isn't just with fishing. This is also recreational traffic. I've been talking a lot about this just this past summer about here in Missouri, and I'm sure it is in your part of the country too, but all of the lakes we have in Missouri, I have seen more recreational traffic than I ever have in my entire life. And there's a direct correlation with the COVID lockdowns. There are more jet skis out there. There's way more pontoons and tritoons. That's probably the biggest thing that I've seen is the explosion of pontoons and tritoons and those wake boats, those big wave making bastards out there. In fact, there's petitions there's so many of them now that the residents on Table Rock Lake have put together a petition to get them off of Table Rock Lake because they're eroding the shoreline so much. And we never had this before. This has just been sort of a post-COVID deal. So in essence, it's like you had this event that occurred, several years ago that is having a big impact on our lakes and our fisheries, not on both recreational and sport fishing. And it's not for the better. It has increased the usage, the amount of pressure. Our fisheries have seen an impact in it. Everything has seen an impact. So at this point, what do you do? How do you address this situation? There's no easy answers to it because it's not like you can, tell people to get off the lakes. They're just not going to do that. So it's really a twofold situation. It's like from a recreational standpoint, this is the most difficult part about it because when you're talking about recreational, it's going to be more seasonal. So that doesn't quite have the extent of the fishing part of it. But as far as the fisheries part of it, the game and fish managers in this country, the conservation departments, the people that have actual authority to make laws or take laws away, they have got to wake up. And they have not woke up yet, guys. I can see the impact that this post-COVID boom has had on our fisheries, and it ain't good. There's already been states across the country that are reducing creel limits on different type of species as a combination of, forward-facing sonar and the post-COVID boom. And I think a lot of them need to take a closer look at that. I mean, every fishery here in my part of the country, in Missouri, we have seen a definite impact in the quality of the fisheries. And the problem that you have with it is this impact can only be seen by traditional fishing. If you use forward-facing sonar, or if you try to equate the quality of fishing with the variable of forward-facing sonar, you can't do that because that's an illusion. Forward-facing sonar creates an illusion of better fishing because you're tapping into a population of the fish that have been living in their deep water sanctuaries forever. You can't do that. The real anglers out there, the people that do not use forward-facing sonar, and make no mistake about it, they are the real bass anglers, they can tell you right off the bat that it ain't the same. Excuse me, guys. I got some sinus drainage this morning. But if you fish with normal techniques without forward-facing sonar, you have seen a precipitous decline in the quality of fishing over the past 4 years since COVID. And until we have that removed, until we have that forward-facing sonar removed, where you can actually see the reality of the situation, I don't think that the lake managers are going to wake up. Because here's what you have with it. You got everybody using forward-facing sonar now, especially crappie fishermen, spoonbill fishermen, cat fishermen, whatever. Okay, you get the conservation agents, which they don't hardly ever make an appearance. I've been checked for my license one time in 60 years in Missouri. But if they do come out there and they survey people for how many crappie or how many catfish or how many bass they're catching, if somebody is using that in correlation with forward-facing sonar, it's giving the conservation agents an illusion that this fishing is better than what it is. If you take that away from them, say for example, if you take forward-facing sonar away from all the crappie fishermen here in Missouri, which every crappie fisherman down here is addicted to it, and then you try to get a more accurate creel sample on what's going on, you would see a massive difference in the catch rates on there. So this is one of the fails that the conservation departments are having, is they don't factor into this illusion that forward-facing sonar is creating, with our creel limit studies that they have here. But anyway, again, it has a direct correlation back with COVID. It's like, I'm on not just the past post-COVID, I've been on the water as much or more before COVID that I am now. And I have seen it, guys. There's nobody that has seen the impact that COVID has had on our fishing pressure in our lakes than I have across the country. So you got two choices. You got a choice of either, reducing creel limits, taking away forward-facing sonar, being an adult in the room and addressing the situation, or you can build more lakes. That's the two solutions that you have. And I've always said, guys, one of the biggest, most positive projects that we could ever have in this country is if we would set up an initiative where we're building these 500 to 1,000 acre lakes around like every town in the country. Think about that. If your town or your community had a little 500 or 1,000 acre lake that you could set up and make it like a park-like atmosphere, have fishing opportunities, think about the pressure that would take off of our big lakes and the benefit that would have to the community instead of having some stupid data center or some more smoke shops put up down there. But anyway, guys, there's no easy answers to it because, like I said, right now you got a situation where, money corrupts everything. We have a lot of people in positions of power that are really inept right now, short-sighted. So we have a lot of obstacles in our way in order to, get out of this problem that we're in right now. So anyway, guys, shoot me your comments. Let me know what you think. We'll talk later.